Hi, this is Jay from the Oxford Library. Continuing with part two of the video that I shared with you the other day. I get asked a lot at the library when I'm at the library. Um, I've read all the Harlan Coben books. Do you have an author that you would recommend that would be similar to him? Or I've read all the John Sanford books. Who's out there that I might enjoy? So I'd like to share with you some authors that you may or may not have heard of that you might want to look into reading. The first one, and it's an easy one, is Greg Hurwitz, who is written a series of books with the protagonist of Evan Smoke, and Evan is known as Orphan X, and this is the Orphan X series by Greg Hurwitz. The first book in that series is Orphan X, followed by The Nowhere Man, followed by Hellbent, Out of Dark, and this latest one is Into the Fire. Um, Evan was pulled out of a foster home at a young age and put into a secret United States intelligence program where they trained him to be an assassin. He broke away from that program, went into hiding, turned himself into what he calls the Nowhere Man, whose function is to help people who have nowhere else to turn. So he's on the run from the U.S. government. He's trying to help people who have serious issues. Great books, great character. You think you might enjoy these. By the way, Greg Hurwitz is just starting up a video or an online book club, which he calls the Quarantini Book Club, where they will periodically get together on Facebook Live and discuss classic books that people may or may not have read, and also then discuss vodka. So any author that focuses on vodka has got to be a good thing, right? So anyway, you can check out his Facebook page to get information about his Quarantini Book Club. The second author is also pretty well known, Nick Petrie, who has written 5 books in the Peter Ash series. The first one is called The Drifter, then Burning Bright, Light It Up, Tear It Down, and The Wild One, which was just recently published. Peter Ash is an ex-Marine who is back home and suffering from severe PTSD issues, which complicate the book a little bit. He's kind of a rough and tumble do-gooder, kind of a similar character to Jack Reacher, for those of you who like Jack Reacher. But Nick Petrie, very well known, also very popular, those books. So those you've probably heard of, but how about now some that you haven't maybe heard of? The first author I'd recommend is Stephen Mac Jones. Stephen Mac Jones has a couple books out starring ex-Detroit policeman August Snow. The first book in the series is entitled August Snow. The second one is called Lives Laid Away. August Snow is an ex-Detroit policeman who was fired by the police department amidst a scandal. Turned around and sued the Detroit Police Department and was awarded $12 million. So August has no friends in the city administration or in the Detroit Police Department. These books are all set in Detroit. They're very gritty. They're at times funny. They're very well written. Stephen Mac Jones is a good author. The second one that perhaps you've not heard of is Matt Goldman. Matt was formerly used to write for the television show Seinfeld, so that should give you a pretty good idea of the kind of writing he does. His protagonist is a Minneapolis private investigator named Nils Shapiro. First book in his series is called Gone to Dust, followed by Broken Ice, The Shallows, and then in June of this year he's got his 4th book coming out in the series, which is called Dead West. These books are witty, they're downright funny, they're very complex plotted,